Hello, everyone. Hope all of you are doing well. This is Lutfur Ahmad, the course coordinator of GSBS 6144 Financial Institutions Management. Hope all of you are doing well and you have started working on your written assignment. In this video, I will show you how to download data from FactSet for your written assignment. So first of all, let me share the assignment document to explain briefly what data you will need for your assignment. So this is your written assignment document, risk exposure of large commercial banks, a comparative picture of the US and Australia. See, in this assignment, what you essentially need to do is you need to find out different risk exposure of large commercial banks. You are given with 4 Australian banks and 4 US banks, okay? And once you have the stock return of these banks, you need to estimate this model. In this model, this is a regression model. In a separate video, I will explain how to estimate a regression model and how to explain regression results. So in this model, in the left-hand side, you have stock return. So you need to get stock price data for each of the banks, and you need to calculate stock return. In the right-hand side, you have 3 explanatory variables, okay? First one is market return. So you need to get market index values and you calculate market return, 10-year government bond yield, and exchange rate changes. Okay, so estimating this model means you are trying to explain the variation of banks' stock return contributed by market risk, interest rate risk, and exchange risk. Okay, so what data you need? You need monthly stock prices for chosen financial institutions. You need S&P 500 index values, and for US market, S&P SX 200 index values. For Australian market, monthly exchange rate changes. Okay, this data can be downloaded from FactSet. You also need 10-year government bond yield data, which can be downloaded from the website of Federal Bank of St. Louis. I have provided you the relevant web links. To get the data, you also need to know what is your sample period. So sample period is January 2005 to December 2021. So for this sample period, you need monthly data for the 4 monthly stock price data for 8 banks, index values for 2 aggregate market index, 2 exchange rates, and look at the exchange rates again. 2 exchange rates you need. One is USD by CAD, I mean US dollar per Canadian dollar, and AUD by USD. So you need these 2 exchanges. Okay, so these are the data you need. Okay, so let me show you how you get this data from FactSet. As I mentioned in the last lecture that as an enrolled student in this course, you have been given access to FactSet. So you need to use your access credential to log into FactSet. So just you Google search FactSet login. You get FactSet login here. If you already have a FactSet ID, so you put the ID here, your name part of your UON email, and then at factset.net, and then you put your password that you have set previously. If you do not have a FactSet FactSet access, I mean, if you do not have preset your FactSet credential, you need to register for the first time. You put your email address. Once again, email is the name part of your email part, then at factset.net. Okay, And you will get a one-time passcode in your UAN email. And as you put that passcode, you can register yourself and you put your own password. In the subsequent cases, whenever you try to log in, there are two ways of authentication. So you put your username and password, and every time you would get a passcode in your UAN email that you need to put to log into FactSet. Okay. Once this process is done, you will be forwarded to this FactSet launch page. Okay. And this is the FactSet web version, and you need to click this launch page. And you are in. So this is how the FactSet interface looks like. So what you need is we need company level data. That's why we click company. Okay. And you can see this search bar. You need to search for the companies for which you need the data. Okay. I have previously searched some data. That's why they are shown here. So I delete them. Okay, no problem. So let's search. For example, you have 4 Australian banks. First of all is Commonwealth Bank. So let's search Commonwealth Bank. You can see Commonwealth Bank of Australia. So select this one. So you have this Commonwealth Bank of Australia data. In this tab, you can see it's single. So since we need multiple stock return data, so we select multiple. Okay. And then you keep adding the companies or the banks that you are looking for. For example, National Australia. So National Australia Bank, it has been added. You can see National Australia and Commonwealth Bank. Then I give you example of US banks, so Bank of America Corp. So you find this Bank of, you can see Bank of America Corp. So this is Bank of America Corp has been added. And Citigroup. So let's find, and you can see Citigroup. So Citigroup, this has been added. You also need market index data. So first of all, you need, you need S&P 500. So this is S&P 500, you can see indices. So S&P 500 is added. And also you need S&P ASX. S&P ASX 200. So in this way, you can all add all the companies and all the market indices you need. Then you select price because we will need price data to calculate returns. Then what you need is you need to select the sample period for which you need the data. So I have already selected the sample period. You can see 31st January 2005 because your sample period is from January 2005. You can click here to change the sample period if you want the data for a different sample period at 31st December. Okay. Monthly is already selected. So because we need monthly data and we will get the data in local currency. Okay. So once you select all of them, you just need to click download. You can see it's download and new spreadsheet. So once you have downloaded the Excel spreadsheet, this spreadsheet will look like this. So I delete this one. Okay. So so you can see that S&P is X200, S&P 500, Citigroup, Bank of America, National Australia, and your sample start from January 2005 and sample finishes to December 2021. So in this way, you get stock price and aggregate stock market index data from FactSet. Okay. The next, I'm going to show you how you get exchanged data from FactSet. Okay, so to get exchanged data, we go to markets, and you can see from the left panel you have foreign exchange, the sports, and historical. So we click historical because we need historical data, and we need time series. Okay, because we need time series data over a long period of time. And we don't need daily data. We actually need monthly data. And we will take end of period, for example, the exchange at end of each month. And then let's select 20 years. Okay. So as you select 20 years, you get data from January 2003. Okay, so you can delete the unnecessary data that you get. So you have all these exchanged here. That is one of the weakness of FactSet, that you have to get all these exchanged data together, but you can delete unnecessary data. That's just a matter of few seconds. So I select download once again, and the data will be downloaded. So I will show you in a couple of seconds that how the downloaded data will look like. Okay, so this is how your exchanged data will look like. So I already mentioned that your sample should start from January 2005, but it actually started from March 2002. So we will delete our unnecessary data. Okay. We will delete up to this because then we will get our data from January 2005. So those unnecessary data have been deleted. And also you can see that we just need two exchanged. One is USD CAD, another is AUD USD. Okay, so I delete all other. Done. So you have this exchanged data now. Okay. Now let me show you another point very quickly, that previously when we downloaded the stock price data, they were in a vertical format, but here it is in horizontal format. So you can change the format. So for example, I have copied this whole data and I say paste a spatial and transpose. And as we do so, so I delete this data now. And you can see now you have, so I also delete this column. So now we have AUD, USD, and USD CAD in a vertical way. Okay. Just another challenge you will face here. Let me help you with that. If you remember about the stock price data that started from January 2005, then February 2005, in this way, and the recent data was at the bottom. But here it is organized or arranged in the opposite way. So it starts from the very recent, and then so it should be December 2021, but it's the most recent data is first, and then gradually the old data. You can change this in a very simple way. So 1, 2, 3, okay, and we have these all, you can see 1, 2, 200 and something. So we sort them, we have now smallest to largest. So we make it largest to smallest, expand the selection. Okay, so we just expand the selection, and you can see now we have January 2005, 6, and up to December 2021. Okay, so now you just can copy this data and paste in the previous Excel spreadsheet where you have the stock price data. So you have a stock price and exchange data in one Excel spreadsheet. Okay, so by this time, you know how do you get stock price data and how do you get exchange data. Okay, the last thing you need is the government bond yield, which is the interest rate data. As I previously mentioned that I already have provided the web links for that. So I shared these once again, just to remind you that you can see that here you have this web link for USA and this web link for Australia. Okay, so what I am doing here is I will copy this link. So for example, so I am copying, for example, the USA link first, and I paste it in this browser and enter. Okay, so it's simple. You can see long-term government bond yield 10-year for United States. Okay, and once again here you can see that you can select the sample period you need. So you can change this, like you need data from January 2005 to December 2021, and then you just download this data. Okay, download Excel. So this is how you get the 10-year government bond yield data for US. And now I will copy the link for Australian data. And once again, I paste it in the browser and enter. So now long-term government bond yields 10-year for Australia. And once again, you just change the sample period and you select download. So you get the downloaded data. Okay, so as usual, I will be showing you in a second how the downloaded data will look like for government bond yield. So here is the US government bond yield data. You can see January 2005, February 2005, and so on. So this is the government bond yield data. You will get similar data for Australia too. Okay. So guys, you by this time know how do you get all the required data. Just to summarize again, stock price data, aggregate market index data, and exchange data can be downloaded from FactSet, and interest rate, I mean government bond yield data, can be downloaded from the Federal Reserve Bank of St. Louis website, the link I have already provided. Okay, so if you have any further concern with regard to your access to FactSet, if you have any difficulties accessing FactSet, you can contact me. But these data are also available from publicly available sources. For example, you can download them from Yahoo Finance. Extended data can be downloaded from RBA website, Reserve Bank of Australia website. So you can just play around. You can spend some time play around them, and you make you familiar with how to get this macroeconomic data from different sources, and you can apply some modeling for problem solving. Okay, so I am almost towards the end of this video. So as I mentioned that in a separate video, I will show you how to estimate the a regression model for your written assignment and how you explain your regression result. Okay, thank you very much for watching.